Welcome one, welcome all to BTV. It is Saturday, March the 15th, 2025. We are live here at Nottingham Hockey Centre and I'm Andy Day, going to guide you through today's Women's Division 1 North fixture, Beeston versus Wakefield. As you can see, the sun is shining and the teams are pretty much ready to go. Before we do that, shall we tell you a little bit more about today's visitors, who are Wakefield. That's where we are in Nottingham. And there's Wakefield. Long history for Wakefield. They were founded in 1899 as Sandal Hockey Club, and then there was a transition phase when they were known as Bradford and Bradford Wakefield, and then ultimately Wakefield. Comprehensive setup there, 5 ladies team, 6 men's team, and this is their first season back in Division 1. They won Conference North last season, but they will be returning to Tier 3. They were relegated last week following their defeat to Gloucester City, and they are 65 miles away at College Grove Sports Ground, Wakefield, West Yorkshire. A warm welcome to everyone watching along from Wakefield, and a warm welcome to everyone watching around the rest of the world. 2 squads of 14 today. We're looking at Wakefield first, and there are, as far as we can tell, 3 changes to the lineup. It's a change in goal. Alice Morrison, who's had 14 appearances in goal this season during games, has not appeared today, but Lauren Wood, who's appeared twice this season, is in goal. Beeston, it's pretty much as you were, but there is a change though. B. Bell, who played last week in their win against Pendle Forest, is out. So 14 in both matchday squads today. We know our officials, Bev Deacon is in charge. We'll introduce you to the umpiring team in a few moments' time. There are the teams. There's Beeston in the traditional black and gold. Wakefield in the green and red that people are very familiar with. So our umpiring team, Arsh Ruparelia and Sol Shoei are our team in bright orange today. Now we can see Beeston setting up and getting the final instructions. If we're able to, a very quick look at those results from earlier today, if we can, whilst the team are in the huddles, just to give you some context. 3 results: Alton 0, Gloucester City 1, Repton 3, Pendle Forest 0, and Gloucester City 4, Ben Reading 1. Durham University Buckingham did start at 2 o'clock. We're yet to see that result come in. Very quick look at the table if we can. Those 3 results plugged in do this to the table. Beeston still 3 points behind Durham University. You can see Wakefield, today's visitors, at the bottom, and they have been relegated as mentioned. Still plenty to play for elsewhere. Can Beeston keep up with Durham? As soon as we know that result, we'll bring it to you. Beeston have been scoring a lot of goals at home recently. It was a 7-0 win against Leicester City on the 22nd of February. They followed that up next time out with an 8-0 win against Pendle Forest. It hasn't been the greatest of seasons for Wakefield. I'm sure they're hoping to put on a decent performance today. Now the pressure has gone a tiny bit. So Wakefield playing right to left as we're looking at the camera today. Again in the green shirts, attacking the car park end. Beeston in possession in black and gold, left to right, attacking the boulevard end in this first half. Those of you who have been watching the internationals, as we watch the ball get picked up on the 23-metre line, we have 4 quarters of 17.5 minutes. Claire Higginson is number 9 for Wakefield. She is captain. Good break down the right-hand side as a mass of players and the ball creeps over the baseline. First attack and it's gone to the away side. Wakefield have fielded 24 players this season. I think availability has been an issue as you're watching that ball travel the full length of the field. To pick an example out of the air, on the 9th of November when Wakefield hosted Beeston, which was a 6-0 away win for Beeston. It was a squad of 11 that day for Wakefield. Good pressure from Beeston early on. And there's an interception from captain Lauren Burrell. She's having to go back to retain possession. Good running into the 23-metre line. Umpire at the boulevard end is Saul Shoei. This time, last week, we'd already had 2 goals, pretty much. Yeah, very early on, Rosie Stevens on 2 minutes. Hannah Grieve, penalty corner on 2 minutes last week. Wakefield pressing down the right-hand side. This is good, and support is coming in the centre. Goalkeeper Baraka with the first touch and the first penalty corner of the game, and it's gone the way of the visitors. Just looking at the space created and the run into the centre. There's the block from the goalkeeper, and I think it found a foot. Charlotte Horseman was there looking to offer. Now, goals up to now haven't been easy to come by for Wakefield. Just 14 scored this season. What can they do from this effort? Delivery's good, it's low, and that's been pushed wide. Umpires' arms are outstretched. I thought I heard that take a touch on the way through, and there were nods around me, but Beeston survived that one. Just for clarification there, I thought he took a defensive touch on the way through. Here comes the stride of Grieve into the circle. That's away to the right-hand side. Played towards the goal and away by Lauren Wood. Two appearances this season for the goalkeeper. You can see her down on the team sheet against Ben Ridding alongside Alice Morrison, the usual goalkeeper. She also appeared solo in the following week's match against Alton and West Warwickshire. That was a 2-2 draw back in the towards the back end of February. Lots of communication out on the field. We can hear that inside the chapel. Just inside the attacking half for Wakefield. Well, to the 23-metre line. Again, there's an overlap. Cut back. Is there a route into the circle? Not yet. It's been denied by Beeston. Ball has run, I think, towards Beeston. I thought it may have crept towards the sideline. Beeston in possession. Looks like there's an aerial coming. In fact, opted against. Challenge is continuing from Wakefield. Burrell pushes one into the circle on the right-hand side. Just time to flick it towards the near post. And that's well marshalled and well mopped up from the Wakefield defence. Again, we like to be as objective and fair as we can be on BTV, as we watch the ball go all the way through, taking a defensive touch. Wakefield haven't had a great season, as mentioned, and they have had some big defeats, 2-0, 6-0 back-to-back from Beeston and Durham. However, the rest of their matches have been relatively close, as we see the penalty corner setting up. I think it's just the lack of goals that have hindered their progress up the table this season. So Beeston, who've been fairly proficient from set pieces recently, get the first penalty corner at this end of the field. One apiece now, the count. The injection is quick. Grieve blasts it low and hard and puts her hand in the air and signals she's on target again. Hannah Grieve gets the opening goal of the game and moves on to 8 goals for the season. Two goals in 2 weeks for Beeston's number 10. Wakefield looking to make progress and reply as quickly as they can. In possession is Alexa Knott. Into the circle it goes, and no one was there to take advantage of that. That was a decent ball put in. It was between a sea of players. Beeston take it over the 23-metre line. And inside to the goal scorer, Grieve. Out to the right-hand side, picked up by Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick turns inside, makes space for herself. Very neatly done. It takes a couple of touches on the way through. Umpire finds in favour of Wakefield. They'll be able to clear. Those results earlier on today, Leicester City with what could be a very, very big win towards the bottom of the table. That's a 1-0 away win for them at Alton and West Warwickshire. That takes them onto 15 points. I think goal difference is now really starting to be a factor. Pendle Forest on 15, with a goal difference of -20 at the start of the day. Kilpatrick down the sideline, touched inside. Wakefield see that off. Gibson. Kilpatrick looks up for the restart for Beeston. Decides to go with a self pass and then whips it into the circle. Beeston first to the loose ball. More pressure coming from the home side. And it's been turned in for the second of the game. It looks as if it's Beth Phillips who's taking the congratulations. We'll check for sure. Beeston's number 11. Looked like a fairly innocuous ball in from Grieve. And it was just touched inside the top of the circle. Number 11, Beth Phillips with a goal. Just enough to deflect it past the goalkeeper, and Beeston are in here again. Marshalled at the back by Wakefield. And they will get the defensive free hit from here. May have done a little bit of a disservice, but that was a nice finish from the top of the circle. I think it certainly was effective. I'm not sure if that was worked on during the week or not. Alexa Birkin-Evans. And now here comes the goal scorer of the second goal, Beth Phillips in midfield. Beeston pressing, that one flicking up. Phillips plays it towards the top of the circle, and there's a chance here for a one-on-one. The shot is blocked, now it's low and hard, and Lauren Wood fields it in the Wakefield goal. "14 minutes gone on BTV this Saturday afternoon. Beeston lead Wakefield by 2 goals to 0. Grieve's ball forward crosses halfway with Kilpatrick, who gets Grieve back involved again. I'm sure the balls are going out to Kilpatrick, and that's exactly what it's done. There's an angled ball on into the circle here, but Kilpatrick takes it over the 23. She cuts inside effectively. Can she turn and find a ball into the circle? She does find the touch, but did she hit that from outside? I'm not sure. Long corner is the touch from the defender. And towards the right-hand side, where Beeston have had a good effect. Phillips into the circle. She's held up. And long corner again. More pressure coming from the home side. Kilpatrick with a bit of space to work in on the right-hand side. Flicks the ball into the circle. There's the trap. There's the turn. Did that find a foot in the circle? No, it didn't, says the umpire. And play continues. Ball skipping up. Yeah, Kuzak was the player. That one bounced off. The sun's disappeared behind the clouds, which makes a easier viewing from the camera. Bromberell's progress is held up as she gets the ball from the free hit and makes her way into the circle. And stick blocked there, but long corner. Mason out to Kilpatrick, who's been all action in this first 15 minutes. She plays the ball towards the goal. The goalkeeper pads it and gets it away with a second bite and a cherry. Now whipped in towards the goal. There's a scramble for possession, and the umpire signals it's a Wakefield ball. As it's getting darker and darker here, and the ball rolls out of play to the frustrated cries of Henrietta Gibson. This week I was at Lee Valley, where I saw some astonishing weather. Snow, hail, wind, floodlights on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, followed 15 minutes later by glorious sunshine. Hopefully we won't get a repeat of that today. I'm not sure the chapel can take that. As the first quarter comes to a close, Beeston successfully move 2-0 into the lead. Hannah Grieve on 9, the penalty corner, and Beth Phillips with a delightful touch from the top of the circle to make it 2-0 at the end of the first 17.5 minutes play. Stay with us on BTV. Moments away from the start of the second quarter on BTV. As always, we'd like to hear where you're watching from around the world. If you can pop a message in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. If we're able to, we'll give you a shout out. Off and rolling again, Wakefield in possession. But not for very long. Good hustling. Katie Windsor, I think, was the player who managed to grab possession of the ball towards the top of the circle. Burrell just on her tiptoes looking to gather the ball in under her spell in the circle. Towards the right-hand side of the circle. That's, I think, Lindsay Bromby, number 16 from Wakefield, who got the decisive touch. The restart, though, hasn't gone to plan, and Beeston will get the ball back. Ruby Gorin is number 36. She takes the ball to the sideline. Whistle blows. That's a Beeston ball from a couple of strides away from the edge of the circle. It's been taken out beyond the dotted line. To Grieve, who's got an awful lot of space. There's movement on the right-hand side. It's played into the circle delightfully by Kilpatrick. Dangerous moment at the back for Wakefield, and Wakefield decide the best way to deal with that is play it off the stick. They come under that fairly neatly. Kilpatrick plays the ball just inside. Moss to Grieve. Grieve runs with it and takes the ball to the 23-metre line. Angle ball towards the top of the circle. Again, the first stick to it is a Wakefield one. And again, Wakefield deal with that spell of possession fairly handily. Bees really ramping the pressure up, trying to force a mistake, which is what came. Claire Higginson unable to get the contact she wanted. So Beeston will have the sideline ball high up the field. Higginson has just been bypassed. That's excellent from Ruby Gorin. Mason into the circle it goes, and there's a slip there. Wakefield will be able to clear. Wakefield now with time to bring the ball forward, but again the interception is there and the pressure from Beeston is strong. Beeston ball again. Looking at Katie Mason offering just on the top of the circle. That may have been the better option, but it's gone in now. Can Beeston hang on to it? Yes, they do by the baseline. Captain Burrell into the circle. That's neat, but equally adept in defence are Wakefield, and we'll get the opportunity to clear from here. We still do not know the result from Durham University Buckingham, which started at 2 o'clock. It's now 2.5 hours after the opening whistle, so it's one to keep an eye open for. As soon as we do have that information, we'll let you know, because this is directly influencing Beeston season. Durham are top dogs in the competition at the moment, and they are 3 points clear of Beeston, who will start the day in second place. As things stand, Beeston would collect 3 points, but there's a huge amount of games still to be played. As we watch as Burrell takes the ball to the top of the circle, shifts to the left-hand side. Wakefield do mop it up quite neatly. Beeston still pressing very hard. And that one, I think, coming off the stick and finding the leg. .23 minutes gone on BTV. Saturday afternoon. Bringing you the coverage from pitch side at Nottingham Hockey Centre, pitch number 1. That's just come in. We've had the result come through, and Durham will be top of the division tonight. As we see, is there a penalty corner? Yes, it is. We've had one penalty corner each in the first quarter. I'll talk you through this award. We've just had the news come through as well. Durham University beat Buckingham by 5-0. Lindsay Bromby, the unfortunate player. We'll plug that into the software, update the tables and show you those updated standings as soon as possible. Good start. Absolutely hammered towards goal, but wide of the goal by Hannah Grieve. And there seems to be a little bit of confusion about how we're restarting. Beeston are certain there's a long corner, and that looks like where we're restarting. Towards the top of the circle, Wakefield again picking it up. (2-0) Beeston lead. Just 2 more games left in the Women's Division 1 North season after today. Wakefield host Durham University on the 22nd of March. And then Wakefield travel to Leicester City on the final day. That's the 29th of March. Wakefield pressing, and that's a nice ball, and then turned in. What a finish, Wakefield on target. And just like that, Beeston defence has been cut through, and Wakefield have halved their arrears. Great break down the right-hand side. Just looking at the positioning, and then touched in by number 11, Erin Minton Bradford. .27 minutes on the clock, aerial ball taken down, and that's been turned in, and what a remarkable goal. I was expecting that to drop and then a shot to be taken. Beeston were a goal. Just watching this, that's the earlier replay. What an incredible finish. The aerial ball was taken down and then just turned in. And the umpires are having a discussion between themselves, so there's a possibility the goal may not stand. So we'll hold our horses here. What's the signal? Defensive hit, so no goal after all. Beeston 2, Wakefield 1. I had my suspicions that the attacking player was a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, but that looks like what the outcome of the umpiring discussion has been. Umpire just talking to the Beeston players on halfway. It was a remarkable finish, but it wasn't to count. Beeston 2, Wakefield 1, your current score. I wonder if we can retrieve that to have a look at that at half time. We'll see what we can do with that. So just the one goal between the teams. 28.5 minutes played. Beeston pushing and just carrying the ball out in front of us in the chapel. Lauren Burrell, the captain. Wakefield have grown into this game. And it won't be an 11th clean sheet of the season for Gabrielle Barraco in the Beeston goal. Two more fixtures for Beeston at the end of this season of 18 games. The final women's BTV will be the 22nd of March, as just held up on the outside of the circle. Play towards goal. Did that find a foot? No. Play continues. It's got into a bit of a tangle. And six tangle. Home to Repton is the next match for Beeston's women, and that will be the final women's BTV of the season. And then on the final day, it's away to Ben Redding. That's the 29th of March. Durham continue to do exactly what Beeston don't want them to do. It's another win for them today. Grieve in the Beeston defence takes it to the 23-metre line. To Kilpatrick, who takes it over halfway. He'll sweep over the ball, touch inside. Stevens' ball has been regained. I think she has possession and the free hit. Can Beeston get a legit third goal before half-time? That's a very good stop with the feet from Lauren Wood in the Wakefield goal. Had to be very alert. I think I just saw at the top of the screen there, she was reenacting the movement she did to block the ball. I think she's quite pleased with that. Into the circle, and there's a nice touch, and Wakefield again first to the ball in the circle and push the ball over the sideline out of harm's way. Grieve with the ball inside, turn towards goal, and then danger is the umpire signal. Half-time creeping up on us on BTV. I think we'll have a quick assumption and a quick opinion. The assumption is I don't think Beeston would have anticipated this much of a tough time against Wakefield today, as that slip let in Beth Phillips just briefly. And here's the opinion. Neither did I. It's not been a great season for Wakefield, and Beeston have been putting the goals away with regularity in recent weeks. Whistle blows in favour of the home side. And whilst Beeston were about to launch a swift counter-attack, the ball's having to be replaced, and that ball forward wasn't part of the script. Wakefield, I think, are playing with a freedom today that they've not really had or been able to have. Aerial ball has been missed and mopped up. Quick cross-field ball, and there's space for a counter-attack. Is there one more twist in the tail before the end of the first half? There's the ball into the circle. Goalkeeper's padded it, and that's being turned in for the third. There is a twist in the tail. Beeston take the lead in the final seconds of the first half. Will there be time to restart? We will see. There's the ball into the circle. Goalkeeper did very well. Lauren Burrell on hand to turn the ball in from close range. And that is the final action of the first half. Beeston lead Wakefield by 3-1. I was wondering if there would be another twist before the end of the half, and right on cue. She moves on to 14 for the season, level with Katie Witters. She's now clear in terms of goal scoring. Isabel Smith, who's not featuring today, second top scorer on 11. So Beeston 3, Wakefield 1. We'll talk you through the goal scoring sequence. Hannah Grieve got the goal scoring underway on the 9th minute. Penalty corner goal from her. Beth Phillips on 12. No further scoring until a very, very good finish. First time finish as well from Erin Minton-Brandfoot on 27, making it 2-1. And as we just saw seconds before the end of the half, Lauren Burrell from close range, after, it must be said, a very good reaction save from Lauren Wood in the Wakefield goal, sees the score settle at 3-1. Couple of minutes break for half time. We'll update the information here and give you an updated table when we return on BTV. to get underway. Beeston 3, Wakefield 1 is your half-time score. That's the score lines from earlier. We can see that the Durham 5, Buckingham 0 result is now locked in. There's only one game to play, and we're halfway through that. Wakefield quickly on the attack. They have looked good. And certainly don't really have the hallmarks of a team that's only scored 4 points this season. They did win their opening fixture away to Pendle Forest on the opening day back in September. Seems such a long time ago now. It's their first game back in the competition for 13 years, I think. Since then, they were on a prolonged losing streak. 11 in a row, and that sequence was broken by that 2-2 draw at home to Alton and West Warwickshire on the 22nd of February. Nice from Lucy Holland. Here she goes again. Holland with the ball into the circle. That was a good block, but it's fallen kindly for Wakefield. And that's very, very good mopping up from Jane Kilpatrick, who takes the ball out of harm's way and brings it and avoids a couple of challenges over the 23-metre line. She turns, she shields, and I think wins the free hit out of that. Very good work from Jane Kilpatrick. Wakefield in possession. Moss flicks it back. Beeston just evade the challenges to get the ball in the circle, but now the whistle blows. I can see through the window and I can see what you can see on the screen, and that's not a great restart. It does look a lot darker on the screen than it does out there through the window. Mason into the circle. What does that come off? Long corner. Nick Moss is ready and waiting for the restart. Big shout of reset. Decides to go with a self pass. Now out to the right hand side to Kilpatrick, back to Moss. Moss, angle ball to the top of the circle. Wakefield intercept, and Wakefield get the ball over halfway, and there's some speed on the far side and support is coming. Just checking and then into the circle. That's a very, very good defensive bit of work from Rosie Stevens, who sees off the danger. good down the Beeston left. And that was a good, well, I was going to say it's a good bit of interception. And that's all broken down, play toward the goal. And there's a new, as the goalkeeper's briefly blocked it, and that's turned towards the goalkeeper and then over the baseline for a long corner. Martha Wong is wearing 17 today. 10th appearance of the season for her. Oh my word, and that's a stroke. Gibson, I think it is. So we were all waiting for the restart. The ball went in, turned in, and then the goalkeeper was committed, and I think there was certainly a collision. Gibson it will be Lauren Wood in the Wakefield goal. Umpire's just checking that everything is in place. Hannah Grieve tasked with the responsibility. And that's been blocked. Lauren Wood keeping out the ball. Hannah Greaves had a great record. She scored today and she's been on penalty stroke duty. Scored 2 in 2 weeks actually, Durham University and Gloucester City, but not so far today. Good block on the boot by Lauren Wood in the Wakefield goal. Gibson looking to atone. Here's the player at the bottom of your screen. Clarkson into the circle, pace towards the baseline, turned in and then somehow denied the goal, and umpires getting involved here. Everyone's looking towards umpire Rupert Elliott. Birkin Evans with the ball to the left-hand side where Cusack takes it towards the circle, and it wasn't to be. So Wakefield, in the last 2 or 3 minutes, have survived a penalty stroke and what looked like a certain goal. And the score remains 3-1. The restart not being too kind on Wakefield. It's about the 3rd or 4th time I can think I've seen that happen from a restart. Good zip around with the ball. Beeston moving it around. Grieve into a little bit of trouble but gets it away. And the run is good. It's opening up for a potential little shot here as soon as the Kilpatrick got into the circle. Wakefield play the ball off the field of play. There's another instance of that in this game. Alexa Birkin-Evans to Grieve. Grieve looks up and plays the ball into the circle. Again, Wakefield get the first stick on it and also get the umpire's whistle as well. And I think Nick Moss felt that that had been played and was able to be challenged for, but not so in the eyes of the umpire. Just a little bit of concern here. Some creaking noises coming from inside the chapel. A little bit unsure as to if we'll see an appearance of the camera team anytime soon through the floor, but I'm sure you'll be the first to know if that happens. Birkin Evans. Into the circle and swept away. Much better purchase on the second clearance, and that's gone 2/3 of the way down the pitch. Floodlights are now on, by the way. Must be getting a touch dark. It's coming up to 3 minutes to 5. 45 or 45th minute. This game on BTV. Through the air. That one bounces down. Wakefield give away possession. Played towards the top of the circle. Phillips turns. Chance of a shot on the reverse, but played. Crunching sound of stick on stick. Wakefield will be able to clear. Let's have a look at the restart, because they've not been fantastic so far, but that seems to have gone the way it was planned. Beeston pressing and pressing and pressing. Kind deflection sees Wakefield through the good running of Gibson. Take the ball over the 23-metre line. Gibson finds the foot of Grieve and will get a free hit for Wakefield on the right side of that final quarter of the field. Wakefield attacking the boulevard end. Don't forget, three-quarter time will be at 52.5 minutes. Fionn Thompson's ball forward. Whistle blows. It seems to have gone a tiny bit scrappy. Through the air we go again. That's a kind bounce, and Borrell is in here. I'm not sure she'll be able to go directly. Support is coming. It's found a foot, and there's a penalty corner. Beeston's third of the game. Borrell doing everything she could to make the most of that opportunity. Grieve spotted Borrell, was in space, and a delivered great ball through the air. Borrell pushed out to the left-hand side a tiny bit by the flight of the ball, but then finding the foot, and that foot belonging to captain Claire Higginson of Wakefield. Penalty corner number 3 for Beeston. Quick ball to the top of the circle. It takes a while to come out, and it has been turned in. Players are taking the congratulation at the top of the circle. Certainly the player that played it in was Jane Kilpatrick, but did he get a touch? Lauren Burrell, there we go. So there is Kilpatrick's ball in, and then deflected in from very close range for Burrell's second of the game, moving her to 15 for the season now. She made it 3-0 and 4-1. You might have heard regular mention, if you're a frequent listener and viewer to BTV. Muss's law of 3. At the very top levels, you need to convert 1 of every 3 penalty corners. That is the ratio of success. You need to be able to convert that. To date, Beeston are 2 from 3. Can't say don't ask for much more than that. I know you're not going to score every one, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf once said. Player goes to ground. Wakefield in possession. The pressure still coming from Beeston. And then there's a turnover on the right-hand side. Kilpatrick, who's had an excellent couple of weeks in front of the cameras here on BTV, continues to run. Little skip of the ball took it beyond Katie Mason. So Grieve controls things, slows things down, pushes the ball to the 23-metre line, plays it into the circle. Umpire says penalty corner. Now we saw Grieve's ball in. What does the replay tell us? There was a sea of players. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't see the reason for that, but the umpire was in a great position. Clock stopped. We're looking for an additional defensive player, and fulfilling that role is Colleen Anderson, making her way down to the goal line. We're rolling again. Another penalty corner, so a repeat for Beeston. Beeston want to get on with it. Beth Phillips really calling for the ball. Not long between attempts here. Injection is quick and goes towards Grieve. Grieve plays it back to the injector, who turns it towards goal, and it has been tapped in for number 5. Very neat routine. Sometimes those intricate efforts don't come off. They managed to find a way around and bypass the goalkeeper. Grieve, everyone was expecting the shot. There's the turn, and everyone went to the player, and then the injector. And I think it's Rosie Stevens. It is 28 credited with a goal, making it 5-1. And you would it feels like the points are in the bag, and Beeston really trying to turn on the taps for more goals, keep the goals flowing. As mentioned, it was 8-0 last time out against Pendle Forest on BTV. Before that, it was 7-0. They're up to 5 now, with a whole quarter of the game still to play. Aerial ball taken down by Grieve. Grieve looks up, plays it towards halfway. That's a nice take on the run. And run is continuing. Emily Clarkson. Penalty corner for that outside, that challenge outside the circle. I think it's Linda Cotter, number 5, who was the player who will be penalised. That's 4 penalty corners in this segment of the game. Wonderful running. Robust challenge coming in. Sixth of the game now. There had only been 2 up until the end of the first half for Beeston. Wakefield, of course, had the first penalty corner of the game. It looks like we're going to, I was thinking we were going to inject from that side. We don't see very often, but no, we are going on the near side. Grieve is there. It is towards Grieve. Grieve decides to go low. It's bounced off the goalkeeper and tucked away. And that is the final act of the third quarter, where Beeston have added another 2 goals to their tally. Beeston 5, Wakefield 1 at three-quarter time. Lauren Burrell with her second of the match on 47 from close range, and Rosie Stevens, we just saw a few moments ago, completing a very neat penalty corner routine. Beeston 5, Wakefield 1 is your three-quarter time score on BTV. Welcome back to the final 17 and a half at Nottingham Hockey Centre. You're with BTV. Thanks for coming along for the journey today. Beeston 5, Wakefield 1 is the score with 52.5 minutes on the clock. Beeston's Katie Windsor is over the ball. The whistle blows and we're off. Excuse me. Lovely aerial ball towards Kuzak, but no. On we go. Somewhat top, but it's made its way to its intended target. There's a pass out to the right-hand side where Lucy Holland is there. She receives the ball again, and that's played in towards the top of the circle. A little bit of confusion in the Beeston defence, and Wakefield get an opportunity to put the ball into the circle again. Wakefield ball. Game slowing down just a little touch. But Beeston spring forward, looking for goal number 6. There's a great bit of skill. An equally important defensive touch. That is neat. Erin Minton-Branfoot, the goal scorer. She's continued to run into the circle. Solid boot away from Gabrielle Barraco. Loose ball, Beeston pick it up. Gorin. Now it's Beeston's turn to get the ball off the field of play. Gibson with a restart. Horseman on the far side. Played across, looking across at the umpire who signals, yes indeed, penalty corner. First penalty corner of the fourth quarter of the game. It's gone the way of Wakefield. They got the first one and they have the most current one. Good work again, Horseman, who then finds path to goal blocked. Anderson is going over to inject. Beeston getting their defensive protective gear ready to go. Slow ball towards the top of the circle. It's been bounced off the goalkeeper. Wong, who'd gone to ground. Penalty corner, number 2 in quick succession. The ball did end up in the goal. Oh, the whistle had already gone though. Anderson injecting again. Quicker ball to the top of the circle this time. Beeston make a good effort of blocking that. Flick the ball. In fact, we are coming back for another penalty corner. I think that may have been seen by the umpire on the near side. Wakefield are knocking on the door here. Beeston get the ball away, and that's a good pace on that defensive ball out. Cusack thought, I think she had more time as that sweeping, driven crossfield ball. So Barraco in the Beeston goal scramble. 59th minute, almost complete. 11 minutes to play. Will there be any change in this scoreline? Just looking around for confirmation. I'm pretty sure we've had a cardless game so far. Yes, we have. That's neat. Is there a chance here? Goalkeeper's been bypassed. Is there enough time? That is an amazing tackle from Fionn Thompson. She's done fantastically well to block that. Goalkeeper's committed, and that ball's gone away from the baseline. Hour played. Beeston men are on the way, or should be there at Bowden. Their lowest 6 matches, 6:30 tonight. But onto the circle, towards goal. And the keeper blocks it and turned away. Beeston back in possession again. It's all very loose, that popping up into the body. Jessica Seth, who was the player, it was more leg than body, but it's only popping up. To the right-hand side. Space is starting to appear in the circle. 9 minutes to play. Battling performance today from Wakefield. It's a truism, I think, the table doesn't lie, but this is not the team that the table suggests we would have seen today. Clearance is blocked. Grant Holland has been the manager of Wakefield for every one of these games this season. However, the supporting cast has rotated somewhat. Into the circle, goalkeeper sweeps it again. Lauren Wood, who's looked pretty good in goal. Penalty corner for Beeston now. .62.5 minutes played. Is there more to come from either side? Keep an eye on Rosie Stevens, just the left. Long corner. Bromby was the #1 runner there, getting the touch for Wakefield. It's gone all the way through, turned towards goal. Wood again in the Wakefield goal, keeping out Beeston. It's all got a bit tangled up. It is loose now, though. Wakefield get the ball to relative safety. Grieve looks up. There's a sweep over the ball. Goalkeeper's done very well again. Beeston building the pressure. Grieve with the ball out to the right-hand side. Wong playing the ball into Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick, who turns and runs, and the umpire had his whistle in his mouth. I think he's anticipating something. There is the free hit just outside of the circle. I think he was waiting to see how that played out before blowing. Top of the circle, in quickly. Chance, goalkeeper's been bypassed. Who can get a stick on it? A telling touch, and ultimately Wakefield will be able to clear. 5 minutes left to play in this Women's Division 1 North match. Beeston will finish the day in second place, 3 points behind Durham University. Can they change the scoreline once again? Penalty corner. Windsor did very, very well. There's the ball into the circle. Moss with the injection. Quick ball to the right-hand side. Now it leaves Grieve to play it into the legs of Wood. And it's shot in, and that is turned in for number 6 from distance. And I think that sums up her performance. She's been credited with a goal. Let's have a look here. Grieve plays it in, Kilpatrick. What a finish. What a finish. Kilpatrick, who's been a standout player for the last couple of weeks, certainly for me. Caps off another good performance with Beeston's 6th goal. And Beeston, I think, have got the taste, sense that Wakefield could offer up another goal. There seems to be certainly some appeals being made on the field, but we'll come back to that in a moment. Wakefield stand strong in defence again. It was 6-0 back in November. It's 6-1 today with 2.5 minutes to play. Is there another goal in this game? Beeston get it into the circle. It's loose, and there's a chance here, and that's another bit of excellent defensive work, and the umpire blows and signals it's a Wakefield ball anyway. Wakefield have looked pretty strong and solid in defence, and I can't fathom how their season has panned out if this is how they've been playing every week. But Beeston, 2 minutes to go. I think they can rest easy knowing that 3 more points are in the bag. Home to Repton on the 22nd of March. The last time these two teams met, it was Beeston 8, Wakefield 0 back in September 2017 on this ground. Chance here for Beeston into the circle. Are they appealing? Yes, they are. There's another penalty corner for Beeston, and this would probably see the game out. Before that, previous visit in February 2017, it was 7-0. Wakefield, though, have won here relatively recently, just 3 matches ago. September 2015, Cat Horn's goal, the only goal of the game. Likely to be the final play of the game. Can Beeston make this one count? It's gone towards Grieve, who's touched it to the side. Goalkeeper blocks again. A scramble by Birkin Evans. And there's a player down. I think we'll have a stoppage here with just moments to go in the game. I'll make it around 11 seconds left to play, and there's a player getting some support from her colleagues. Well, it's good to see. She's got up under her own steam. There's only seconds left in this match, and I think she'll be able to see it out. She's holding her stomach now. Yeah, all seems to be okay. Wakefield in possession. And that is the final action of the game. There was just a handful of seconds left. And the final score is confirmed. Beeston 6, Wakefield 1. Talking you through the scoring system, the scoring sequence. Hannah Grieve on 9, Beth Phillips on 12, and we thought the floodgates might start to open around that point. Harry Minton Bradford with a really smart finish at the car park end. Made it 2-1, and Lauren Burrell made it 3-1. Beeston did have a goal disallowed before that. Lauren Burrell then made it 4 on 47. Rosie Stevens on 51 made it 5, and Jane Kilpatrick with probably Beeston's pick of the goals with 4 minutes to go. Looping finish. Finished Beeston 6, Wakefield 1. We'll just update the facts and figures. If you'll stay with us, we'll bring those to you in a moment or two. There you can see that's today's results on your screen. It started with a 1-0 away win for Leicester City at Alton and West Warwickshire. Very, very big win for them. They started the day in 9th place. Repton 3, Pendle Forest 0. Not a good day for Pendle Forest. That might have put them in a bit of trouble today. Gloucester City 4, Ben Ridding 1. Gloucester City move further up the table. Durham University 5-0 winners as well, and you can see that's what the updated table looks like. Wakefield, they are relegated, and they were relegated last week. There's nothing they could have done today for that, but it really tightens things up at the bottom of the table. Leicester City now level on points with Pendle Forest in 8th place. It's just goal difference that separates the sides, just 5 goals between them. Ben Reading just 3 points further up than that. At the top, Buckingham, we've known it for a little while, can't make it into the top 2. Beeston, 3 points behind Durham University, the league leaders. They've both only allowed 10 goals this season. Beeston have scored 8 more, which sees them better off by 8 in terms of goal difference, but it is Durham University that lead the league with 2 more rounds of fixtures to go. Thanks for keeping us company this afternoon on BTV. It's been a pleasure bringing you Beeston, Wakefield in England Hockey Women's Division 1 North. From all of us in the chapel, stay with us. We will be back in a week's time to see how Beeston get on against local rivals Repton. Thanks.